The strength of the ancestors is here.
Live like this, baby. In hate.
If there is something you can do, then you must do it. Children! No, Spider! And we will find another way. Your goddess has no dominion here.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. James Cameron just released the official version of the Avatar Fire and Ash trailer, Avatar 3. There's a bunch of stuff going on here, so we'll break it all down. If you're brand new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the videos. Make all the jokes you want. Long ago, the four nations lived together in harmony, then everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. Oh, wait a minute, I'm picking up the wrong script. This isn't for Avatar The Last Airbender, this is for the next Avatar movie. Looking at you, Mike and Brian, now that it's Comic-Con weekend, how about you release some of that footage from the new animated Avatar movie? There were so many jokes when they were actually planning the third movie out before they'd actually reveal the title. Like, if they make this about the Fire Nation, then they really are trying to copy Avatar The Last Airbender with the way they do all these different biomes. Fun fact too, James Cameron actually trademarked the Avatar movie name back in the 90s, which is why Mike and Brian, who did Avatar The Last Airbender TV series, couldn't use the Avatar name for the live-action movie back when it came out, or for the brand new Avatar The Last Airbender movie with Aang in the gang after the events of Book 3 that they're going to release in the next year or two. That's why the new animated movie is called Aang The Last Airbender, not Avatar The Last Airbender. You can blame James Cameron for that.
Zuko here.
The whole idea here, obviously, they're just pushing into this next biome with the Fire Tribe, and it's more of a transitional, darker kind of movie, they said, from the first two movies to the last two movies in this series of 5 films total. Like, currently, there's still 5 films planned that we know of. As you can see, their children become much bigger characters during this. They are in the transitional period, like basically coming of age, maturing during this movie, and they will probably be the main protagonists of films 4 and 5. Don't know if that means that Jake and Neytiri are going to wind up dying during this movie or sacrificing themselves, or one of them sacrifices themselves, because it does seem like it has a very downer Empire Strikes Back kind of ending. All the new footage we see of this Fire Tribe is from a biome that we haven't been to yet, where the people were devastated long ago by a volcanic eruption, causing a shift in their culture, making them more warlike. Like when she says that your goddess, Awa, doesn't have dominion here, I think the idea is that because the volcano killed all the organic life around here, that Awa doesn't actually have control over this area the way that she does around the rest of the planet, where you see organic life growing all over the planet. Like, that's the key. Those special tendrils reaching across the entire planet. It just happens to be one area where those were burned away by the volcano. Basically making it a dead zone for Kiri, who is like their Force child, like their Anakin Skywalker in this world, because she was technically created by Awa and just used Grace Augustine as sort of the incubator for that. Same basic idea with Shmi Skywalker in the Star Wars movies giving birth to Anakin Skywalker, a child of the midichlorians of the Force. I'm not totally sure how you pronounce the name of their Fire Tribe, but this is the name. I'll put it up on screen here. Notice that they live in this ash-like village in the ruins of their giant tree like the other Avatar tribes, but their tree was destroyed by the volcano long ago. The leader of their tribe is like the new antagonist of the movie, in addition to the humans and Quaritch, called Varang. To make more Avatar The Last Airbender jokes, the other new clan we see during this are the Air Nomads, essentially, the Wind Clan, whatever they're going to call them. This is actually how they spell their name. I'm not totally sure how to pronounce this either, so I'll just put it up on screen here. They're probably who they use to fly to the other biome, like across the planet, just a quicker way to travel than the traditional flying monsters that they use. But it seems like the trailer opens with Loak flying through the same biome that we saw in the previous two movies where they found their flying mounts. Then in the water here, it seems like Soraya is swimming past this downed human craft from the Avatar The Way of Water, the remains of their big battle in the last movie. Then we see Kiri, also played by Sigourney Weaver, who's seemingly the daughter of Grace Augustine. Like I explained, she's basically their Anakin Skywalker in the movie and seemingly can control organic life, like has a special connection to it because she is the Force child. Except in what seems like this fire biome where all the organic life, all the Awa's tendrils were burned away. It seems like there's a lot of scenes in the trailer of Soraya and Loak getting closer, like they're way more of a couple in this movie. She talks to him with Kiri next to her about the lore and history of their people. She mentions the strength of the ancestors. I think the idea is they're just setting up more of the development for the children characters to take over the narrative. Like, it's time for you to mature and become a man in our culture. Then we see Kiri on those Wind Riders, the Air Nomads. David Thewlis, who you might remember from the Harry Potter movies, he's been in a billion other things, plays the leader of their clan in the movie. She might just be using them to travel to the new biome. Then we see Quaritch traveling to the Fire Tribe, walking the long way. Their volcano in the background that erupted, destroying this whole area here. The village, like I said, in the remains of their large tree. That was one of the big linchpins of the first movie. They were going to destroy that giant tree so they could get the unobtainium underneath the tree. Here we're seeing a culture on the planet where the tree was actually destroyed and how it changed their culture. We see all the Sully children traveling. Tukare, their younger daughter, Loak, who seems like he's injured. Kiri and Quaritch seem like they're behind them in the background too. We see Spider and Kiri facing something together. Loak and Soraya again. It seems like her parents get a little wary of what's going on here. My assumption this has more to do with the battle they have with the Fire Tribe and the humans that we see later in the trailer. Then it seems like Loak gets into a fight with Jake over something. Maybe Jake is just worried about him getting in trouble or getting into a big war. Jake talks to Neytiri about some deep-seated anger she has, probably about the humans just in general, because of what happened during the events of the first two movies. This might be a parallel for the new Fire Tribe storyline with Varang, because that whole group is all about war and hate. Maybe he wants to gain their help or make an alliance or join their tribe. Because later in the trailer, we see all the humans show up, and then you see them with the humans later at their base. You also see their tribe attacking the Water Tribe, so maybe Quaritch is just getting their help in allying against the Water Tribe. Sort of like the enemy of my enemy is my friend kind of situation. And I think the idea they're getting into, because it's a very big planet, meant to be a very big planet, is that not all the groups of Na'vi agree with each other or even get along with each other.
You ever heard the saying? The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
I don't have friends. I got family.
So it's like the humans are just finding allies in one of the groups that hate the previous Water Tribe. We see Jake reuniting with Spider after the last movie. Kiri talks to Ronal, the wife of the chief of the previous movie, the Water Tribe. Then we see more scenes of the big battle with the Fire Tribe. It seems like it's on fire and is part of the whatever battle is going on here. Not totally sure when in the movie this is happening. Then we see the humans coming back with more weapons and ships after the last movie. We see Quaritch again with the humans. Jake and Neytiri. This is the new female leader of the Fire Tribe, Varang. We see a couple of the Fire Tribe's unique abilities to manipulate fire because of the way their bodies have evolved. Seems like they attack and capture Jake and Neytiri's children. She gets injured and worries about the kids. Like I said, big transitional movie so that the kids are separated from Jake and Neytiri. Then they start to take over the narrative for movies 4 and 5. Some of the Fire Tribe go back to the humans' base. They've captured Jake, or he's surrendered to them. They've captured some of the other Water Tribe people too. Then Neytiri is saying they'll find another way, probably to reunite to save their kids and live somewhere else in peace. Like, we'll go somewhere else and we'll make it work. There's another one of the sea creatures attacking another human craft, like happened in the last movie. Then it seems like Neytiri and Jake in what looks like more hardcore war gear with their forces behind them heading into battle, probably before the big final battle in the movie, because that's kind of the way the trailer ends, with a lot of final battle looking scenes. Much bigger air battle against the Fire Tribe. Spider and Jake in this new biome here, like this new area. It seems very coded for the end battle in Phantom Menace with the way these matchups are working and everything's flying around in the background. Quaritch seems like he's joined the Fire Tribe when he has their red markings on his body, and he and Jake have their rematch fight in this same place where Spider seemed like he was about to die. While their fight is going on, Neytiri fights Varang also in this same place, so it seems like most of this final battle takes place in this particular area here. Varang then tells Kiri in some different part of the movie that Awa, your goddess, has no power here, no dominion here, because like I said, all of her abilities, Awa's abilities that Kiri has, are tied to the tendrils that reach all over the world, and it seems like in this place when the volcano erupted long ago, it burned all that stuff away. So it's kind of like a dead zone in the Force, to make a Star Wars reference. Then the logo of the movie forms in fire, like really cool logo reveal here. Generally, this teaser trailer is more of a vibes kind of trailer. Like, there's not a lot of dialogue to let you know what the actual narrative of the movie is. They'll probably save that for the next big trailer. But everybody just post all your reactions in the comments below. If you spotted any Easter eggs or references that I didn't talk about during this video, also write them in the comments below too. While I was making this video, I also suddenly realized that I was wearing a Luke Cage TV shirt. We are actually getting some Marvel stuff at the end of this week. There's supposed to be that new Black Panther TV series. I will be doing episode videos for that. Also, this new live-action Avatar movie is coming out at Christmas. Sweet Christmas indeed. Now that they've officially started revealing footage, we'll probably get some more details about what's going on with all the different characters and the brand new characters too. So I'll do more videos as they release more footage. There's a bunch of big stuff coming up. I just did a whole bunch of Fantastic Four, whole bunch of Comic-Con videos, whole bunch of Superman videos. Click here for my full Fantastic Four breakdown of all the Easter eggs in the movie, and click here for all my Superman videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.